All right. Let's see if this is better.
I can hear it. I can hear it really good on my through my stereo.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It seemed like it's better.
All right, we'll see when our people come back. You,
Yeah, it seems like it's all right now.
yeah, 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 man. Welcome back to the lounge. We had to close out for a minute for some technical difficulties, but the sound. But we're back. Say, man, we gonna just jump into the get it off your chest segment.
You got something to get off your chest?
Not at all.
You
I
ain't
ain't
got
mad
nothing.
about nothing. I ain't mad
What?
about nothing. Look, you saw my thoughts of a classic man this morning. What did I
You ain't
say?
thinking. You ain't thinking at
I
all.
ain't thinking about shit. I just drove all the way. I just recorded myself driving to work with some jazz on. I wasn't thinking about shit. It was just time to let my mind relax today, man. I don't have no complaints, no worries. I'm just glad to be here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. That's good. That's good, man. I ain't got nothing to complain about right now either. Which is
Well,
a first. Uh,
yeah, yeah, for you. Well,
yeah.
let's take a second to shout out some people, man. We got Bruno Lyons is in here. Lasting Memories is back. Maisha's here. Ashley Charlie Boo is in the building. You know, we got people here with us, man. Hey, look, as we do the lounge, we got a couple more shows this year, and then we're gonna end. But while y'all are on, man, hit that drop down, share it with your friends, hit that share video button. We want to get as many people watching as we can. We want to take this show on the road. So we need y'all help to do that.
Yeah, man. We now what's going on with my phone? There we go. What you want to talk about before we had to jump out and come back?
Well, you know what? I was going to really just kind of dive into the topics. First of all, I was going to say to you, man, I really enjoyed having you here for those 4 days here at the house with me, man. We always have a good time together. And, you my guy, man. I love you. And it was your birthday. We celebrate your 40th birthday this past weekend. And after the Cigars and Education event that myself and Edwina Brown from Blowing Smoke moderated, everybody came back over here, and that was we started out having a great time, and then we really got to talking about being intentional. We had some real conversations. Shop She Smokes Juicy was here. Of course, Kia and Marcus, Kia McLean, the poet, was here, and it was a great time with people within the community, man, just sharing and talking and uplifting. And it was a great time, man. So I just wanted to, first of all, raise a toast to you before we start the show, because oftentimes, man, you don't like to be celebrated, but you my brother and I love you. And I want to celebrate you, man. Here's to 40 years of being amazing, dude. I'm so proud of the man you are and the man you've become in these years that we've known each other, man. Keep growing, keep striving. Your creativity, man, is amazing. And I only pray that God blesses you with everything that your heart desires, man. Happy birthday to you, my brother.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
All right. I
Yeah, Mark,
also,
Mark, Mark gonna put in that damn razor baby. Look, once you get a light in your garage, then you can talk.
yeah, man, because
I'm
we
getting
can't
ready
even
to
let
like
you hold no
unlock
more because you
the
don't have no light. You don't
camera.
have no light. You don't have no light in your garage. We don't see nothing but your teeth and well, your
He's
eyes
in
are
the whites
red,
of
so
his
we
eyes.
don't. Yeah, he ain't got no whites in his eyes. It's amber. It look like
We
turd
don't see
signals.
nothing but the teeth and the ashes when he's smoking. That's all we see.
Ashes Cigar, St. Louis, what's going on? Hey, man, also, music is my thing, right? And so last week we didn't do the lounge, but man, we did lose Quincy Jones, man, a icon in music. And when we lose anybody, man, it's a loss. But it was a particular loss because this man did so much for music in all genres. 91 years old,
Right.
man. What a life. What a life. So, we send our prayers to his family. But tonight's topic, man, we just attended Dallas Smoke Fest, and it got me to thinking. I was ambassador, and I had a lot of people coming up to me asking me, why is this way? Why is this way? Some complaints, some accolades. And so I thought about it, man. Maybe the topic tonight should be, what is your idea of a great cigar lounge? And I hope that you guys will weigh in. If anybody wants to join us, put it in the comments, and Ray will send you the link because we're on StreamYard, but we broadcast live on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And so if you guys want to come on and share your thoughts on camera, we would love to have you. I know Cigars and Sneaks usually joins us and some others, but I wanted to talk about that today because I realize this it's important. And I know it's all subjective. There's a lot of people that find some people just want a party. Some people want an educational experience. Some people, everybody wants something different. Some people want, they come up with some crazy things. I had a lot of people say a lot of things to me that I never thought about. And
Hmm.
so, what's
Like
your
what? What's
idea
some of the
of a
things that? What's some of the things
man?
that people say?
Like one lady, I found this one strange, but she said to me, we were over at one of the lounges, and the members lounge wasn't open to the public, the private members lounge. And so she said that in any cigar week, if they're having it at a lounge, all of the facilities within the lounge should be made available to the people that are coming to the lounge. And I said, well, no, private members pay for that exclusivity and that private room. They oftentimes have their assigned seats and they have their personal liquor and their cabinets. They pay for that luxury, that extra provided experience. I said, so I disagree with that.
That's
But she
exactly what I
wasn't
was saying.
happy.
That's exactly
Yeah,
what I
she
was saying.
wasn't
I
happy.
disagree. I disagree
Yeah, I
because
disagree with that.
if I pay monthly or yearly um, for a membership, then it doesn't matter what's going on in the lounge. I'm coming in if I want to come in, and I don't want to be a part of whatever's going on. Let's say I have a membership at the lounge, and Dallas Smoke Fest is doing something in the lounge. Um, I and I don't want to be a part of it, but I still want to go because my liquor's there, my cigars are there. It's on the way home from work, or whatever the case may be.
Right.
I want to get out the house, want to go and smoke, and that's where I'm going because I have a membership there that I pay for. Then no, I don't want to have a whole bunch of people that I don't know running in and out of the lounge or the members area because I'm gonna cancel my membership at that point.
I agree. I agree, man. And that was the sentiment I shared it. But before I did that,
If it's not like an open house for the lounge, like if the lounge owner is trying to get some more memberships and there's an
yeah, of
open house,
course.
you know,
Yeah, yeah.
if it's an open house, then that's something different. But it's not, you know, uh, just the door open and anybody who wants to come in can come in and just be all. Nah, you don't pay for this.
No.
I pay for this. You know,
Man, when people pay, the way I feel, Ray, when people pay their money to be members, they pay for that exclusivity. That's the word. It's two words that I think are key. They pay for a certain experience and they pay for exclusivity, you know,
right, right.
and really they're kind of one and the same as it relates to this topic. But I mean, man, this lady was hot. And every time I saw her at the different events, the rest of the time, what's up, Lauren?
What's up?
Good to see you again, buddy.
Yeah, you too. And you too, Mr. Ray True Life.
What's happening?
She got light on her today, buddy. She got some
Yeah,
real
she got
light
the
on
light
her.
on today.
She got the light on today. We normally don't see you clear like this. But you heard the topic, we're talking about what would be your perfect idea for the perfect cigar week. And I was telling Ray about a lady that approached me at one of the lounges. She was upset because they didn't open the members lounge during Dallas Smoke Fest. And I told her, well, in this particular lounge, the members pay, for that exclusivity, and that stays intact no matter what's going on, and at that time, the members were in there. They weren't out there being a part of Dallas Smoke Fest. They were actually inside doing what they do every day. And
But
she was
even if
really
they
upset
were
about that.
outside being a part of Dallas Smoke Fest, it don't matter because they paid for that.
Yeah. Yeah. What's your thoughts,
You know,
Laura?
I know what you're talking about because I went to that lounge on that
Yeah.
day.
Were you were there when we were there? I didn't see you.
I
I didn't
left
see you.
because
Oh,
when I went
okay.
there, actually, to be honest, they had a sign that said a 2 cigar purchase minimum to stay, and
Uh-huh.
I was like, I'll see y'all later. For real. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. I mean, but I respect it for the members' sake. But but I understand the ladies' perspective because sometimes when you pay, for an event and you go somewhere and this is where they send you, this is our next stop. You're like, well, dang, ain't nowhere to sit in here. I can't go in there. No, that's off. But you paid your little extra to get in your spot that you thought you was gonna have a spot everywhere. So I understand both
Yeah,
sides.
I get that. The event started at 1 o'clock. I got
Mm-hmm.
there at 3. She got there about it ended at 6. She got there about 4. So
Uh,
they're not I wasn't trying to be fly, but I asked, well, what time did you get there? Because like at some point, if you're the last one to get there, you're not gonna have a seat.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I don't always
It's
trip about
always
having a
going to be
seat
a
in the
point
cigar
where you
lounge.
don't have, where you're
A
not going to,
seat.
especially at an event like that. There's always
Yeah,
going to come a point where everybody won't have a seat. So, I mean, in most places, it's first come, first serve.
Mm,
right.
Unless they have like
Unless
VIPs and VIPs are guaranteed seating, then your seats
right,
will be there. But they didn't say that. So,
yeah, it's like a little confusion. You don't know which. If you do get VIP, you don't know which events where you get some sort of, some
yeah,
sort
right.
of preferred seating or something.
right, right, right.
So Lauren, what's your idea? What key elements make a good cigar week for you?
Um, what is the word I'm looking for? The opposite of obscurity, transparency.
Okay.
So, you know,
Explain that. Expound on that for me.
letting you know what all you get with your ticket. So, like, really just being detailed with it. Because,
Yeah,
Mhm.
to be honest, the first one I went to, certain things were promised at this venue. And at the end of the day, the VIPs didn't have seating, and we had to pay $60 for VIP, not VIP. What do you call that? Valet parking, and there was no other option for parking. $60. Didn't
$60.
know that up front.
I would have
That was
never
during
paid
Dallas Smoke
inside of that.
Fest.
No, not this one. This was another
Okay.
week.
Another event.
Maybe
And
maybe
and
that's 3 years
and I'm
ago.
Oh, okay. And I'm not doing this to critique Dallas Smoke Fest, but
Yeah,
one thing that I do realize is through conversation we make things better. I had an opportunity Monday night to sit down with Kimani, the CEO of Dallas Smoke Fest, and to tell him just kind of like what my observations were, and as an ambassador, what type of feedback I got back. And what impressed me about him, he was like, man, I'm glad you told me that because that's an area, for next year, because this was their freshman, their inaugural
trial run.
event. And so
Yeah,
it's the trial run, like you said, and it's giving them the feedback honestly is what makes them better. There's no event or no thing that starts off the first time and they hit everything on all 10 cylinders. I mean, they don't get everything right. And so that communication I felt was key, man. And he was like all over it. Like, you know what, bro, this time we're gonna do this way. Thank you. Da da da. And we had that conversation. That was a good 2-hour conversation Monday night over cigars and liquor. And so that's why I want to kind of have this topic tonight, just so we can kind of get some feedback from people in the community, like what's important to you when you go. For me, seating is not as important, but I do agree with you. I need to know everything that I'm getting with my ticket purchase. My VIP ticket purchase. I want to know what I'm getting. I want to make sure that I actually get it.
Right.
I don't want to have to ask for it. I don't want to have to ask for it. When I walk into an event, they should know that I'm a VIP. When before I even come, there should be something at the meet and greet that identifies me as a VIP the entire time that I'm there. And it's my responsibility to wear that. If I don't, then I risk not getting the level of service that I paid for. But
Right.
give an example. Charlotte Cigar Week 2 years ago, Ray and I went. Can't believe it's been 2 years. But
Yeah.
we went and we were VIPs. We didn't make the meet and greet because we drove to Charlotte, but we got there for the first event. And everything that we were promised, we got upon walking into each venue on each day. We got, everything. They had cigars for us. Each day it was something different. One day we got a box with a little whiskey glass in it, some coffee, a cutter, and it had 5 or 6 sticks. I think when we left there, Ray, how many sticks did we have when we left there? Just from being
About
VIPs.
about 70.
Yeah, almost 100 sticks apiece.
Wow.
That's not including what we bought. That's what they gave us. On the average, we got 10 to 15 sticks a day.
Oh,
in
wow.
in that yeah, 10 to 15 sticks a day in various forms. um like I said, we got the box and they had whiskey glass, but they had 5, 6, 7, 8 sticks in it. Another time we went to an event and it had sticks and other stuff in it. There was all kinds of stuff that we received.
But
Ashes, go
also
ahead, Ray.
we got every event was curated, right? And I think that that's a big thing, is that every event needs to be curated, because if every event is just all the people that bought tickets go to this location and smoke, then I mean it gets to be old and you get sick of seeing the same people, because all you're doing is the exact same thing. And that's one thing that I can say about Charlotte Cigar Week, is that when we went, that every event was curated, and every event was different. There was uh, those parties, but there was other things, and that's one, like with Dallas Smoke Fest, the cigar and education, that was good. Um, uh, I,
The
I
one
I
I'm
think
I'm
that
particularly
would have been
proud of that one.
I
I'm
think that
particularly proud of that
well,
one as a
well,
moderator.
we gonna get to you in a second, but I think
Oh
that
shit.
one critique I do have, is to not have events stacked on top of each other, because
Explain it for the
so
layman that don't know.
there was an event at Astute Gentleman. It was a cigar and groom, Astute Gentleman Barber and Cigar Lounge. There was an event there at the exact same time as the uh, cigars and education, and I think not
There was a
stacking
golf
the event.
event as well.
Well, the golf event was in the morning,
It was before, yeah, yeah.
but it was only like an hour before. It ended like one
Right.
hour before, and like I think that a lot of the events were too close together, especially stacked on top of each other. So now you can't go to both of these events. Yeah, cigars and education, that's great, but what if I want to go check out Astute Gentleman too?
Mhm.
Now I can't go for the event during the event time, because I'm over here. Or if I go over
You had
here,
to choose
then I
which one
can't
you
go
wanted to
there.
go.
Right. And
Yeah.
I would say for that, don't do that anymore. You know.
Yeah.
Yo,
What's up, Mount Olympus? What's up,
look who
James?
he is. We got James and Mount
What's
Olympus
good,
in
people?
here.
How we living?
Man.
Man, we living better than you. You look like you up there freezing. You still up north?
Nah. Look, I made it back to the home front, but I ain't gonna be here long. You know what I'm saying? I'm heading
I didn't think so.
I'm heading further south in another day.
Oh, okay, bro. Okay. It's good to see you, man.
I'll be shooting down South Carolina, then to Georgia.
When you coming to Texas, man?
I'm gonna try to see if I can get down there. If not later in the year, probably sometime beginning of the year, because I think I got to go back to Georgia for a major job in February.
Mm.
You you just got home, like you just walked in the door?
Who, me?
You look like
Yeah.
you just walked in the door, like you sitting on the kitchen counter or something.
Take your coat off. You at the house. Chill.
Yeah,
If it's cold,
that
turn
big
the
ass
heat on.
coat,
What's
man. Is
going
it
on?
cold? Did you turn your heat off while you was
But
gone,
you
bro?
know, I keep,
You that tight?
well, you know, I keep my crib at 67.
Oh shit! In the
67
winter?
in the wintertime too?
No, all year round.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
So what's the okay,
All year round.
okay, okay.
But
So
actually, it's probably like 50 something degrees outside right now.
so why you keeping it at 50 at 67 and you got to wear a jacket in the house?
Because I actually, y'all were right. I just came in.
Oh, okay.
We know
Okay.
because you're sitting on the kitchen counter.
Right.
But black people always sit on the kitchen counter when they come in the house and do something. They're like, I do it every day, so I already know.
Hey, I already know. You know what I'm saying? And look, you see Gavin.
Oh man.
Damn, wow.
You know, here it's like today it was like 78 degrees, man. But I'm at work
Oh,
riding
yeah, no.
around with a hoodie
Hey,
on
look,
and a
yeah, no.
skull cap. It's so cold in there.
No. I think the high today was 60.
Wow. So hey man, you know, you jumping in here, and I think you're a good person to answer the question. What are some key elements that you like to see when you go to a cigar week? What's important to you as a as
You
a
done been
as
to
a
all of
member? You'd have been to all of them. What are the most important things to you, DJ, when you go to a cigar event?
You know, I think for me personally, I still want, and I know it varies to certain people, but I still want some form of cigar education etiquette to be explained. I don't care if it's at the basic level, intermediate, advanced, or something to continue to broaden the horizons of those that are potentially, because not everyone that smokes cigars, I think, sometimes even understands the educational aspect of it when we're talking about the notes, the leaf, what's what as far as a lajero, the different parts of the plant that are actually being used, the fermentation cycle, things of that nature. How long is this tobacco got to sit and age before it can actually be used in an actual, saying cigar? The other aspect of it I like to see is networking. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's probably the bigger portion because you get to meet, interesting people. You get to, talk to them, understand their journeys, understand different perspectives from their views within, not just the cigar community, but just life in general. And that's added value.
Now
Yeah.
I'm
Go ahead.
seeing a lot of comments, man. I saw Oshi Rose said she wants to get what she paid for. And I've never experienced anything like that where I didn't get what I paid for. Have any of you guys ever had a situation like that?
Yes. Yes.
Really?
Garchella.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah. We didn't get our VIP stuff. Well, that was a planning issue. I actually found out what happened
listen.
with that.
No, no, no. Don't
Now I ain't
you
making an
dare.
excuse for them
Don't
because
you
we still
dare.
have to get what we paid for, but
Because
that was
I paid
that
for
was a
the VI.
planning
I
issue.
paid for two VIP tickets, and when they decided to put the stuff on chairs while it was windy,
Right.
and they expected these N words to come out there and um be
Honest.
honest, and they was going through everybody's bags and snatching stuff up, and then when I messaged them, about it, they said, "Oh, send me your address. We'll send everything out to you."
You still waiting on it?
I'm still waiting for it.
That was almost 3 years ago, Ray, when we went to that.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
And and paid for it and didn't get it. So,
Post office got it.
oh yeah, somebody. Well,
That's
Houston
who
post
got it.
office is notorious for stealing. So,
No, they didn't steal that much stuff, man. We just didn't get it. Smoking Artist says that's one thing we offer when you walk into our lounge and offer as a regular. You don't need to pay for an event unless it's a whiskey pairing event. And that would be Casa de Monte Cristo on 1960 in Houston. If you guys in that area and you've not been to the Casa de Monte Cristo there, Smoking Artist is the manager there. And that's just one of the hats that she wears as an amazing cigar aficionada in the community. Thank you, Lizzie, for weighing in. But man, I think these are the kind of things that we have to have conversations about. We have to start talking about this because the people that put on these events, they need this feedback. Interestingly enough, like I said, I had that conversation with Kamani, and he really wanted that information. A lot of times, man, they don't even want the information. If you don't tell them what's wrong, they're gonna keep on doing the same bullshit.
Yeah.
They're gonna keep doing the same
exactly.
bullshit because if they don't think nothing's wrong, then we didn't even have to really do this because wasn't nobody tripping about it.
But then if people keep paying for it, people keep paying for it, they're gonna keep doing it.
And that's the whole bit about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, Ray has a point on that. You know what I'm saying? You're going to continue to see certain things. You know what I'm saying? That comes with all the cigar weeks. But I think for a lot of people, it's the intimate conversations that we get to have with people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That I think that's the major draw, that you're going to be able to gather, and so I kind of take that back to some of our conversations that we've had on the lounge and everything, and then us finally actually getting to meet in person at CCW last year, and besides the 5-9 jokes, it was it was actually good to be able to break bread with everybody. Shit, we hung out at the Airbnb, cooked, and we all got to sit back and network. Really had intimate conversations about personal things within our lives, the cigar industry as a whole, where we're trying to move in different aspects. Because at the time, hell, I didn't even have a cigar line at the time, and so it shows that how growth can happen, but between different individuals within the community, and you can start be able to, hey, well, shit, you're new in the game. How was the process for you? What worked for you? What didn't work for you? What obstacles? What hurdles did you have to overcome to get started?
Right.
A lot of people, I think, sometimes are afraid to ask those questions, because I guess to a lot of people, they think, I don't want to copy this individual or imitate this individual, but everybody's going to have their own lane, in the game. So,
But that's exactly what they do. They have they have all of these cigar weeks, and then somebody says, "Oh, we're got um Timbuktu Cigar Festival," and all they doing is the stuff that they see everybody else do.
right.
But then they talk about their being innovative and doing things differently, and it's not. And I think that what you have to do, all of these cigar weeks, man, one thing that you got to understand is people do get burnt out on them. However, there are people who will go to every single one of them regardless. But put your hands down.
Goddamn Bruno.
but I think that each one needs to be a different experience. Each
I
one
mean,
needs to
I think each one is still going to offer a different experience because you know what, it's a different city per se. It's going to be a different culture within the city, you know, so they're going to be able to get to experience, you know, that for what it is. Because I guarantee you, you know, Dallas Smoke Fest was way different than Charlotte.
It
And
was. It really was.
probably it was way different than TCW. You know what I'm saying? So you get the niche from the different states and cities, you know, that they can add their own bit of flavor. Not to say that everything's going to be solely and completely different, but you're going to have those differences from, you know, the little particular ones. Just like Chicago Smoke said, I'm sure there's a lot of goddamn things that are different from that versus TCW versus Charlotte, you know, and so it's every city is going to have their own niche to be able to say, hey, this is us, you know, and that's what makes it different. Now, educational pieces, you know, whether you have the you know, different cigar vendors, you know, merch, like the merch will be different, I'm sure, you know, depending on who's who in the zoo and when they show up.
Right.
Like certain vendors, hey, look, they try to be everywhere. But you know, I understand if this is your full-time business. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to, you know, flood the market. I get it. At the same time, those that are they want to flood the market but can't because, you know, all of us don't do this all day every day. Some of us do have the 9 to 5s. We do have, you know, other things moving. So you can't put, I guess, the 100% that you might want as an entrepreneur in your business, you know, and there could be missed opportunities, as Smoking Artist said. But the thing is with that is you have to move in a way that's comfortable for you as an entrepreneur, not seeking, you know, I guess the world's opinion about, hey, I think you need to move in this fashion. No, you got to move to your own beat, you know,
I agree with that.
and be true about it. Because, you know, if you start going and marching to somebody else's drum, because again, you're trying to be competitive, you're trying to compete, but the only person that you really need to understand and be and compete for is you.
Is you. Exactly. I agree.
How can my business grow from what it was last year or 6 months ago? Like I have to think about that personally, because yes, even though the business idea and everything was created in 2023, cigars dropped in January of 2025. So there's 4 sticks out now, and then, you know, there's 2 more, you know, sliding into, you know, Instagram near you. But I also got to look at, you know what I'm saying, you know, marketing. I got to look at, you know, production. I got to look at cost. I got to look at, you know, hey, what is the end goal? How are sales, you know, in this quarter versus this quarter? You know, and how can I, you know, trend my marketing to keep it consistent throughout each quarter, so eventually I will have, you know, that profit margin where I'm gaining. You know,
I think DJ, that cigar weeks are a good way to do that. I think they're a good way
they
to
are
do that, and you can get, you know, you can save some money, even though, you know, you spend a little more to get there. You can save some money because it saves on the marketing if it's done right. You know, if it's done
right.
right. And you know, for me, I don't, I've not felt like I need to vend at every cigar event, but there's key events like Charlotte Cigar Week Man, I paid for my whole week and some in about 5 hours on one day. I vended one day, and I paid
Yeah,
for my whole trip and still made money, to spare.
and
A
that's
lot of it I feel has to do with the people that put on these weeks, man, and how detailed they are. And just like Ray bringing up the part about having, like, I'll use Dallas Smoke Fest. Like, we on Saturday we had 3 events scheduled at the same time. So when you got vendors that are coming there, if you got somebody vending at each one, in the three, they're only getting a third of the customer base to look at it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of maximizing that in one big event where vendors can do it.
Well,
Damon only offered vending on one day at Charlotte Cigar Week 2 years ago, and that was on
yep.
a Saturday out by the lake. Now
That,
you got Max, everybody that was at Charlotte Cigar Week, especially all the VIPs, got a check, and it was only 6 vendors. So we all had an opportunity to make money. And from what I sold completely out. But
right.
I think that well, you were there. Hell, you saw it.
Yeah.
And Fedora Designs did really good. Even what's his name? Fat Ash. He did really well. Everybody did well,
Yeah.
man. And I think when you look at the cigar weeks as a whole, I think they it's good that they focus on the parties and the big events, but they got to make it make sense on everything. You know what I'm saying? They got to.
well, I'll tell you what makes perfect sense. I'll tell you what makes amazing sense right now. We're gonna take
There's
a
a
break. We'll
commercial
be
break.
right back.
You got them both. Right, yeah. And I will make that focus stop for it gave me 2 feet. I can't smoke in the house, but I can smoke in the evening. The fabric bow ties, the wooden bow ties. He was I want to say this stuff down. Because if you don't
So now we got Shawan from Heart of Alliance. What you got there, James? That looked like a box of a box with that say the Saint.
The Saint box.
That's some fancy stuff. I know a guy.
Sir Jawan, what's up with it? That's his Christian name is Sir Jawan. That's
Sir
Shawan.
Jawan.
Sir Jawan.
Always say such one.
Well, let's get y'all feedback, Bruno and Sir Jawan, since y'all been quiet. Well, you just came in, Sir Jawan, and
Yeah.
Bruno been kind of quiet. So let's let you chime in, Bruno.
I'll jump in. I wanted to join because when you mentioned the events being scheduled at the same time,
Yeah.
that was I guess my biggest disappointment. Really, the only small disappointment actually, because I enjoyed the whole week. But
Right.
I was conflicted. Do I want the cigar education with Edwina and this other guy?
And that other guy.
or did I want to go over to Astute Gentleman? And I wanted to do both, but they were at the exact same time, and the education took the entire planned time and then some, which was great because I really enjoyed it. But I did wish I could go over to Astute, which I didn't get a chance to. But that's minor to me, but it's something that I did think about it. The other thing is, speaking of the education, is I was hanging with David Blanco after the masquerade party, smoking
Uh-huh.
up on the terrace, and he's like, "Well, if there's something that you could pick out that you've enjoyed the most so far, what would it be?"
Coming over
And
Chevalier's
I,
house.
I hadn't been there
Drinking on
yet.
Chevalier's patio on Saturday night.
Hadn't been there yet. but but I told him, I said, there's just so many good things that I enjoyed. But I said, if I've got to pick one off the top of my head right this second, it's the education. He was surprised at that. He did not expect to hear that from anyone, he said. He said he's glad he participated in it. He enjoyed it, but he didn't expect someone to come out and say that was like their highlight at least at the moment for me. But I did. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the fact that you had a panel. It wasn't just one person talking and trying to educate. It was a panel asking questions. The rest of us in the audience being able to ask questions, and you got
Right.
everything covered. You got a nonprofit with cigars for our warriors. You've got the CRA covered for our rights. You've got a manufacturer with David Blanco. You've got the lounge owner, and then you've got the guy out at the factory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Kinder
Everything
Roman
covered.
from Continental Cigars.
Yes,
Yep.
it was all covered. Whatever
Yeah.
questions any of us had, there was somebody up there that could answer.
Right.
So I thought that was great.
Yeah, that part was that part came across pretty good. I think that especially Ash Red, she was the only lady
Oh yeah,
on
I
the
forgot about her.
Ash.
Sorry.
Yeah, she was the only lady that we had on the panel. But I think that the panel for what we had was really balanced.
Yeah.
Because David Blanco was one of the founders of the Boutique Cigar Association. He was able to give us a lot of insight on some things. He and the guy from the CRA were able to give us a lot of insight on things that we normally don't know about that are going
Yeah.
on behind the scenes. And I thought that was really key. But another thing that I really
Yeah.
liked was Kinder Roman from Continental Cigars gave us kind of a walkthrough from seed to sales. If you
Right.
guys remember that, I asked him about his
Right.
biggest challenge, and he basically he said it's all a challenge, and he kind of broke it down from seed to sales, man, and it was really interesting. It made me say, okay, in order to really learn, I got to visit a farm. Like I
So
left
Yeah.
that saying that.
so check this out. While we're on this subject, Smoking Artist asked, she's the manager over at Casa de Monte Cristo. She asked specifically what education. I have 5 cigars I highlight monthly with the best drink to pair and the notes and the notes origin. Help me offer a better service.
To me,
So
that's a whole different education
yes,
than
yes.
what
Yeah,
was offered. I
Right.
would like to see something like that. I would like a pairing education.
I
And
think when you
Right.
do it in the store like that, that is, I think you only want to go so far in the store. In the store you want to
Right.
do
It's
cigar
especially
pairings, you want to do etiquette, you want to touch on some of the things that the consumer deals with every day.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, yeah, that's great, but I also think that if a lounge had an event like that, that it would also be greatly received and appreciated by a lot of the people
I
going
agree.
members.
I
yeah.
agree.
They're able to get because if like like
I agree.
like James was saying, everything was covered from factory to lounge
Hmm.
owner to the CRA to brands to influencer and to not.
locked up.
I think that if you could put something like that together, you know, um, then I think it'd be great. She said she had it, and not one person signed up. You need
But I think
some new clients. Who's out
But
there?
you know what? You also like Lizzie. You got to look
That
at
must be the
where
offers.
your.
I bet you
Well,
if
you
she
got
put
to
a
think about
dominoes
it.
table up,
Right there where she's at.
Exactly. Well, this is what I was going to say. So you got to think about your market, your demographic in your market, because I don't think
I
I think
cannot
it just
hear
depends.
Chevalier or see his video for some
you
reason.
can't hear or see
You
Chevalier.
can't hear or see me.
Uh-uh.
I don't know why.
I don't know. He on
I
every
can
other.
hear and see you.
I ain't gonna hear.
I see everybody.
The Apple product again.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's that iPhone.
Yeah.
It's only two of
I'm
y'all
gonna
on
get
here
on
that don't
my
have
Apple
apples.
iPad when I
That's
get
right. Thank
home.
you, Lauren. It's
I'm
only
about to
two of
start
y'all that don't
watching
have
the
apples on
Yarn.
here, and that's Ray. And Ray secretly got an apple that
I do not.
he didn't
I do
he
not.
didn't he didn't
I
Hey,
put a
don't
look.
even.
Samsung
I don't
sticker on
even
the
eat
top of it.
applesauce. I don't even
He
eat
didn't put a
applesauce.
Samsung sticker on the top of this shit.
I don't even eat
What'd you say?
Wow.
You don't eat applesauce? You should. You should though.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't eat. I don't like apple jacks. I don't eat apple sauce. I don't like apple juice unless it's some little Martinelli apple juices. I like the little
You
Martin.
only drink apple crown, huh? You don't even mess with
I
the
don't
apple
drink none of
crown,
that.
do you?
I don't drink apple crowns.
Oh, whatever.
Who is that breathing heavy like that on the screen? Is that Grady?
That's
I'm
great.
outside.
No telling what
Hey,
he
look,
doing.
look,
You
Grady,
know,
look.
why you
I'm out moving
man,
around.
mute your shit,
He
dude.
did
We
a
want to hear you
he did a
breathing
push
heavy. I
up.
was like, what are you doing?
You know he got
Look.
to climb up
Hey,
in his
man.
truck. He had to
Hey,
get his
look,
ladder up.
y'all know,
Climb
You
up
know, I
in
have to
there.
look,
break out my
y'all know
ladder to
that,
get on my 4-foot
y'all know
trailer.
that tricycle weigh a whole lot.
But anyway, I think you know, if if you can get people to sign up for it, I think it's a good
Yeah.
thing to do.
Yeah,
But I think, like you said, you have to know like the demographic of
yep.
the shop,
I
because
mean, that
everybody.
1960 area, the demographic has changed over the last 10 years.
But
That's
if
more of a
everybody
let
just
me
won't
put
come
some
in and flip
dominoes and
dominoes, and
yeah. Let me
domino
put a
tournament,
domino table in there. You could
but
probably have it during the game.
yeah,
Domino tournament.
or if offer it to your members, or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe, or if you charge for it, because you know how we are. if it costs $150, they might want to
Then
do it because
they
it
might
costs
want to
you
do it.
money, and you ain't go because you broke. So they might want to do it if you charge a little $150 for it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Give them two free cigars for $150 and education and one drink. And they I think they'll do it. I'm not even being funny. Like we talk about the differences here in Dallas on the south
Yep.
side and a lot of the black lounges, people will go down there and don't want to buy a lot of sticks, but they'll
What she
go up to
said.
Frisco and
Yep.
buy a $300 box of sticks.
Yep.
So, for whatever reason that is, it's just marketing.
She said she
Right.
charged $30 a person, and it was hosted by a second tier sommelier. Well, first of all, they don't know what a sommelier is.
Right.
They don't know what a
I,
sommelier is, and triple that to $90 a person. They might want to do it. They might do it then.
But you know what? I'd suggest getting somebody from a brand that they recognize, like we had at Charlotte, we had Terrence from Aganorsa.
Mhm.
Yep.
Somebody like that, when they recognize the name of the brand and you say that they're going to be doing education just because of brand recognition, that may drive them to want to come in because they
That's true.
Right.
recognize the brand.
Right.
Yeah.
That may be
Agreed.
one way. Yeah.
Um, I
Agreed
mean,
on that.
or well, again, it just it. I mean, maybe that lounge just don't want it. They had Niche, Andrew Estate, and Rocky Patel.
Mm.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. Damn.
You might have
Yeah,
to.
they
You
just
might have to
that
go.
demographic
Look,
may not want that.
you
Right.
might have
Yeah.
to go. Cohiba. Put Cohiba in charge. $200 a person. They might do it then.
Hmm.
Give them a sip of Crown, a sip of Crown,
The Apple.
and a domino ticket. She said, I think
Win a
it's
domino
starting to
set.
gain a new culture.
But
Yeah,
see,
it could
but
be.
see,
It could be that.
James brought up a good point when he talked about Dallas. You know what I'm saying? When he said, "Hey, I had to choose between
Right.
two speaks."
And
That was
he
the issue.
did. And
That,
he
that,
did.
but
Yeah.
I bring that up to say that was the issue at TCW as well.
Wow.
where they had one event going on at the same time as another event, you know, and two separate lounges.
Yeah,
So
they'd have VIP somewhere else, and
Sorry.
it just.
look, we was like hot cakes.
My bad.
But you know, I mean that's the thing though. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand, like, hey, when people are paying their money for these tickets, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to think about where you're putting stuff, you know, because they want to try to hit everything, but if you got two things happening at the same time, it's like now do I really want to time manage and go
Right.
spend an hour at
Yeah,
this
people
and
don't want
then
to time manage at an event that they're
right,
paying for. They want to see like a
they
tangible
don't.
return. They want to be able to
Right.
see that,
Exactly.
hey, I was able to cover this much ground for this much money. You know,
Yeah.
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 that
Yeah.
Can
if
I
you
speak
had
on
to
that
add
for
an
a second?
extra day, then you add an extra day. But I don't think you can. I think that was probably the one drawback for Dallas Smoke Fest that I saw
Yeah.
was just that right
Can
there.
I
That
speak
was
on
it.
that for a second?
Come on with it.
Yeah.
So,
Who is that?
um,
Brady.
I do agree. As a board member, I do agree that was something that we missed, right?
Hmm.
And it comes with planning, of course, right? Shavai, for at the beginning of our itinerary, right? We
Right.
had a venue that got shut down, right?
Right. Right. Right.
And we had to pivot, right? And prior to all the shutdown of the venue and all that good stuff,
Hmm.
we actually were gonna have an after party that was just gonna feed into going to a stew, right? Because it's
Right.
around the corner, right? It's very, very close. So the initial thought process was, hey, you hit the VIP dinner, you hit Vanetti's, and then you after party at at a stew. So
Hmm.
everything was covered, right? The
Hmm.
unfortunate part was when it shut down, and then we had to pivot, and then we're it's a lot of moving
Right.
parts to it.
Right.
But it was
Right.
like, how can we can still, even though we thought about putting him on a Saturday prior to making our Thursday event, Bill Street. How can we make sure we hit the cigar lounge in our community, right? And not wanting to take them
Uh,
off because we're going to be traveling somewhere else to trying to find another location, but how can we still do it now? I agree, stacking the events on top of each other, yes, that was a miss for us, because
hey,
again,
flag on the play, Shawan. Hey,
go ahead.
Grady, mute your mic. We can hear you making hot chocolate and shit in the kitchen, man. Mute your mic.
Did mute my mic. I did.
Oh, we can hear
uh,
you still. I
Now.
don't know.
Get muted
Oh,
now. Come
okay.
on. Come on,
Okay,
Shawan.
carry on, Shawan. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
I think I mean, that's just being transparent. It was, I did hate that, people did have to be separated, of course. I was at a student. I didn't get to participate in the cigars and education, but um that's something that we already that was gonna be corrected on Saturday. Like, look, we can't do that again
Hmm.
next year
Mhm.
because it
Hmm.
still was a miss for us, but it was also a miss for the the consumer, the VIPs. They're like, man, I want to go to this, but I want to go support. And but yeah, that's definitely gonna be fixed. We're not gonna stack events on top of each other. But looking at the
Yeah.
schedule from Wednesday to
Hmm.
Sunday, we didn't want to leave that lounge off. We did not want to leave Jeff off.
Oh,
And
no, no, no.
yeah, it was unfortunate for to stack so many events on Saturday, but I'm like, man, if we could have just like you just said a while ago, like maybe added another day, maybe Tuesday, maybe it's a 6-day event, but that way we can be able to see the whole landscape of Dallas Fort Worth. But again, 2025, that won't happen. It won't be an event stacked on top of each other for sure.
Well, in any event, man, in any event, for what it's worth, and you and I were together Monday night, but I think it was a masterful showing for a first, the inaugural event for Dallas Smoke Fest.
Absolutely.
I thought that it was really, really good. The black party at what you call it,
Bill Street.
what's Bill
Yes.
Street
Bill Street.
was. I mean, me and James kicked it all night. We didn't leave that till what time we leave that, James? About 3, 2:30,
I
3.
I left around 1. You were still going,
Yeah, I
and
stayed
then
there till
going to
about
work.
2:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then didn't go to work. And I
They
didn't know
don't
that
work.
Cigars and Sneaks was there. I didn't know Lauren was there. She said she was back in the VIP. I walked in there and sat down about 5 times. I didn't even see her back there.
I didn't see you at all.
Yeah, I was in
I don't
there,
know
but I
how
was
you
low
ain't see
key.
that big ass head walking around. You see Chevalier big ass head
I didn't know what
reflecting
size it was from
reflecting
just
moon.
seeing him online.
Yeah, yeah. It's not that big, Lauren. It's not that big.
Yeah, big head ass walking around looking at everybody. You see
Talking
that?
It
about
ain't
big
that
head little
big.
boy.
Look here, man. I was the guy that was walking around like this the whole time.
That's
Yeah,
how
you
you
I
were.
always
smiled the
You
whole
look.
actually
time.
were. You
That's how
were.
you always look.
Yeah, this
I was
smile the whole
grinning the
time.
whole time.
Yeah.
The cool thing, man, it was like social media became reality. I got to
Exactly.
meet a lot of people that I followed. A lot of people that followed me got to meet me. I was really excited to see Lady Cigarillo coming all the way from Ontario, Canada. You
Right.
Yeah.
know,
Right.
of course, James was the first person I saw when I walked in the door. He was right there. Him and Alana from Fedora Designs, but just seeing some of the people, Kia from Conscious Cigars, seeing
Yep.
some of the people that I met for the first time that I've been following for years is
Yep.
always great. And we did the same thing in Charlotte. Like in the Texas Cigar Week Austin, we did the same thing. You always meet people that you follow, and that was a good thing, man.
Hmm.
That was a
Yeah.
good thing. We ready for the vibe, right?
You ready for the vibe?
Yeah,
Are,
pretty
are,
much.
are you ready for the vibe?
He not.
That's a new intro.
Yeah, oh, man. Ray
Yeah.
be coming up with some smooth stuff, man.
Yeah.
That
He
was
be coming
nice.
up with some smooth stuff.
I like that turntable.
Yeah, I'm trying to see who this is.
All right, so this is the vibe with Chevalier Life on the lounge. We do this every show around 8:30. The track is in honor of Quincy Jones. This was Slow Jams with Babyface and Tamia. Kick back, relax, chill, listen to the vibe, relight your cigars and pour your drinks.
It's your wine.
Hmm.
Look at this comment.
That's a good idea.
Yes. Yes.
That's a great idea.
Yes.
Just don't have Chevalier on the barbecue pit.
I
Not
want to
gonna
speak on
happen.
that after the vibe.
You be eating charcoal.
Look, hey, look. You gonna have burnings everywhere.
Look here, I got charcoal now, but Marcus knocked my whole goddamn grill over while we was over here Sunday. Y'all remember that? No, that was Saturday night. We was celebrating Ray's birthday, and Marcus knocked my whole grill over.
Charcoal. I mean, the grill ain't no bigger than the laptop. So
But you shouldn't have
Man,
had to knock it over. All my little charcoal was in there like clank, 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 clank. Oh, what the
hey, Shawan, Ocean
Mhm.
Road says she need part of that.
Say it again.
She need part of that idea. Don't give her that 10%.
Oh yeah, I got him. Tell her come roll up then.
you, you
yeah.
heard that, right?
fuck? Hey Ray, when you first heard this song, you was in what? The fourth grade? Who's you liking? Who did you write a letter to say if you like me, sign yes or no?
In the fourth grade?
Yeah, you was in the fourth grade when this song came out, wasn't you?
Golly.
I don't think I was writing no letters to nobody in the fourth grade.
No, you wait.
Hey.
So maybe it was fifth grade. Didn't you
No,
tell me you
I
sent a
was in a
letter
lot
to a
of
little
trouble.
girl
I was
say
in a
if
lot
you
of
like
trouble.
me, check yes.
Them city boys, I tell you. Them
That's
Gary
right.
boys always chasing something.
I was in a lot of trouble. I was in a lot of trouble.
You was in New Orleans or Houston at that time. I'm not
Go.
capping on you. I'm just asking.
I'm a cap on
You
him.
are.
You know he could barely write in the fourth grade, so he wasn't writing too
Oh man.
This what you want to. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, let me move this so y'all see. I don't know if any of y'all met Bryson Kingpin Luxury in person.
Yes, definitely.
Well, you
I
know, that's my
swear,
dude. I roll with him.
I swear he was 6 feet tall.
Hey, Bryson, they say they was talking about you at the house over the other night. They
I
say,
know.
man, why does Bryson walk around with a step stool?
I don't
Man.
Oh,
look.
oh man.
He sat on one of the bar stools that blowing smoke, and his feet was swinging.
Hey,
I said,
hey, Bryson,
Y'all
they
ain't
said
gonna
your
kill
feet
me,
was
man.
on the
I'm
bar
that
stool
short.
like this. They
look,
say your feet was swinging like that on the bar stool, man,
look.
like you was like 7 at the bar.
I said, what's up,
Hey,
man? He said,
hey,
what's
that
up?
sound like
And
some
then
Ray shit for real.
he jumped out the seat, and this is what I saw. He was in front of me, he jumped out the seat, and then it went.
Hey, man.
Oh
Hey,
What's
man.
hey.
going on, man? I see you up there. Yeah. I said, man, it's good
It,
to meet you. I said, who
hey,
the boy?
it's not my fault I have this larger than life thin personality. It's just, it
I
is what
said,
it is.
who the boy is this in the color? He said, yes, me. I said, oh,
Oh
what's going
man.
on, man?
Hey, hey,
Hey,
whatever
man,
I lack in
why?
height, it went to my hair, bro. That's what it is. Like,
Oh, well, there ain't no doubt about that shit. That shit down at the back of your damn calves, dude.
Yeah.
Ray,
Your hair,
Ray,
Your
your
head
hair,
down to
all
his
your hair
calves.
went to your height, and so you know
your hair
it evened
taller
out
than
that way.
you. Your hair taller
Yeah.
than you.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Wonder
Hey,
why
hey,
it's so be
so while
clean
we got
behind
Bryson on here, Ray, on Thursday night, Bryson did a 100th episode event over in Dallas,
What up?
man. That was really nice. I had an opportunity to stop by there and
What's
visit
up,
him
man?
before I hit the black party,
Yeah.
man. And so we got to congratulate him on 100 episodes of Boss Talks on the Roof.
you. Need a man.
Hey, thanks.
Nah, don't
Hey,
clap.
man,
Appreciate
where
it.
you at?
Stand up so
Patriot Smoke?
he had
Yeah, I'm
Patriot
at
smoke.
Patriot Smoke. Yeah.
Man, let me throw a rock down there real
Yeah,
quick.
we on the lounge. Yeah, they can see.
Yeah.
King, I see you.
Who that?
Hey, what's up, Redelia?
What's happening?
What's happening? Rudy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Rudy. What's up,
Yeah.
Rudy? What's
Rudy.
up, Rudy? We
What
call
up,
you what
Mac?
your grandma call you. Rudy.
Don't
Call
be
you
like
what your
that.
grandma call you. Rudy.
Rudy.
Clean up your room, Rudy.
Oh, wait
Clean
a
up your
minute. Wait
room,
a minute.
Rudy.
Wait a minute. Wait a
Don't be
minute.
like that.
We gotta we gotta we gotta shout this dude out, man. This dude ain't been here in quite a minute. We gotta shout him out. Loud ass pies just joined us on Instagram, man.
What? He sure did.
Loud ass pies just joined us on Instagram. We ain't
What's
seen
up,
him.
loud ass pies? That's cigars and yeah.
Cigar Pet Extraordinaire just jumped in here. Loud ass
Wow.
pies. He done came
What's
back
going
and
on,
hollering
Dave?
at. He done spent a little time. What's going on, Mac? The cigar advocate is in the building.
Hey.
The king
Lauren, you
of the
making
toast.
groceries? You in Walmart or something?
Sorry.
She done
Lauren,
went to the
Lauren
she
pushing the cart
she
around.
she
She
Going
took
ain't
to
us
like
pick up
that.
a
shopping.
bag of
Don't
chips or
play her
something.
like that. She in Tarjay.
uh, she
Don't
going
play her
to get
like
us
that.
some powdered iced tea and some Doritos and some
I
wheat
got a
bread.
jug of apple cider and some turtles.
A
Mm.
jug of apple
Oh
cider and some wheat. I
Lord
don't
have
I don't
mercy.
deal with apples, so I don't know nothing about that cider. I don't deal with apple products.
Right, right.
Nothing about that.
That's why you unhealthy.
Y'all see
That's
Mhm.
why
y'all
you
see
unhealthy.
y'all see how Bryson set his camera up to make himself look tall?
Ah shit.
He
Hey,
always get it up. Yeah.
You know
Hey
how
hey,
Bryson,
big
they said that though. They were like, "Damn, Chevalier, you didn't tell us that Bryson was only like 4'11.3." I was like, "Dude, he not. He like five
Bryson
one."
hey,
Bryson
Hey,
looked
first
come
of
like
on
all,
this.
now! I
hey,
got the
hey,
He wanted
pictures
to take
I'm
with
a
him,
taller,
and
picture.
I
I'm
ain't not
taller
much
than
taller than
Saran.
him.
He wanted to
Oh,
take a
hold on, don't
picture
throw
with. He
me in
wanted to take a
there.
picture. His phone was this big. He said, hold still, man.
I'm tall, I'm taller than, man, that's crazy.
You ain't
No,
taller
no,
than 4'5".
no. We just cracking on
That's
you, man.
crazy.
Back to the topic, man. Back to the topic. We'll
Last
be
the
doing this
memory
shit
says
all
she
night.
taller than you.
What?
Last the memory says she
She
taller
said
than
she
you.
taller. She said she
Man,
Oh,
taller. Say
Man.
Ray.
Oh,
Hey, it's
Oh
a good
man.
win it's a
oh,
good win in the comments on Instagram. It's a good win in the comments.
I see
Kim
oh.
it's a
McClain
good
the
win in
poet.
the comments.
Kim McClain the poet Goodwin is in the comments tonight. What's going on, Skillet?
Y'all just
Man,
jealous that
let's get
my
back.
hair longer than half y'all on here.
Let's
That's
get
crazy.
back. Let's get back to the topic.
Let's
We're gonna
get
stop
back to the
talking
topic.
about. We're gonna stop talking about the resident midget, and we're gonna get back to the topic at
Huh.
hand.
So what is something that's important to you, Bray? You here with us now. When you go to cigar weeks, man, what would you say is the most important thing you like to see when you're in the cigar week or experience?
No steps to go up.
You know what? when I'm drinking and smoking, that is one. No steps. But I don't know. I'm still sitting here auditing because I did all the cigar weeks, and my thing was just that
Ladders.
seeing everybody enjoy themselves is always paramount, right? So whether it's one person there, two people there, are they enjoying themselves? Then cool, we can build off of that.
That's not what you told me at Blowing Smoke.
What I tell you?
You at Blowing Smoke, you was like, man, look, everything great. It's just I got to bring my own ladder to get up in this chair. They need to provide step stools for everybody under the height of 4 feet. They need to give us step stools.
I
I'm
mean,
walking around here
He
and
was
people.
like, at least on the chairs along the wall, they should have a little box that slid under there so I can step up on it to get on the stool.
Ray. Come on now, you're not this tall guy, bro. You
Whoa.
like six,
Yeah.
you like 6'2". You like
Well,
6'2" on a good day.
compared to you,
Ray
compared
blots out
to
the
you,
sun when
I'm
he walk
fat.
in the room, bro.
First of
I
all,
mean, he
compared to
wide.
you, I'm like that. I
He wide though,
I
bro.
am wide. I am wide, but sir, you ain't no African sprinter yourself.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not. I
Is
got
that
I got
Jeffrey?
I got a whole bunch of girth to me.
That's Jeff down there.
Hey,
What's
Jeff.
up, Jeff?
What up, world class?
what up, dog? What's happening, dog?
Hey,
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 Jeff.
at your house, Jeff was like Wilson from
Peeking over the damn fence at
Wilson from
12 o'clock
Home
midnight.
improvement.
He peeking
he
over.
walked
All
up
we
to the
saw was
gate.
his eyes peeking over the fence. I was like, what is
Hey,
that dark
hey,
character over the edge of the thing?
hey, but one motherfucker can look over this fence like this. Come open this gate.
Hey, I done run the doorbell like 5 times. Ain't nobody
Well,
answer.
you already know to come to the side gate, man. We gonna be in the backyard smoking.
Hey, I wanted to be. I have to be respectful of other people's shit, man. You know,
Right,
you got to be
right.
respectful. So I rung the doorbell first, and then I said, okay, that's enough. I'm gonna come around the side.
Speaking of being respectful, have you met Bryson?
Who?
Have he
Have
met
y'all
me?
met? Have y'all met?
Yes, we met.
How do y'all shake hands?
Well, like a man. You know what?
Like a
You
man.
know what?
Jeff, Jeff, Jeff be like, "What's going on,
Hey,
little man?
hey,
What's
hey,
wrong
hey,
with you?"
hey. Jeff searches over to shake my hand, but hey, I got a good manly grip, so don't worry about all that.
Jeff, Jeff be,
Say,
Jeff be,
man, say.
Yeah,
whose son is this?
Jeez.
I would have figured it out. If I had to pick him up, I'd have figured it out.
Oh.
Hey there, little fella.
I'm
Yeah,
not
hey,
that short. We can't sit here and like just say I'm just that short. Come
Yeah,
on,
you little.
man.
You little.
Oh
You
man,
little.
that's funny, man.
I ain't been little a day in my life.
hey, he ain't little.
He not
He's
well. He
short.
not little. He's short. Yeah.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
ain't
yeah.
little.
He ain't
He's
little.
short.
That joker weigh the same as I do. If not more. I know
Y'all hilarious,
I know
man.
I'm at about 265, so he got to be right there with me.
No, I'm
He is
bigger than
just
that,
short.
baby.
He is
Oh
just,
I'm
he
no.
bigger
is
than
Oh
just
that.
no.
smushed together.
Oh no. He not. He bigger than that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I ain't no 2 nothing.
yeah. Well, all
he
of his is smushed together like Play-Doh. I ain't no 2-0. I ain't been 2
Oh
something
man.
since high school. I ain't no 2-0.
He ain't been 2 something
You
since
say
he was
since high
4.
school or since fourth grade?
He was when he was born, he was 152.
Man, what? Hey, they thought I was gonna be Jeff height.
Instead of
Say,
going this way.
I tell y'all what, the highlight of our week for Dallas Smoke Fest. Me and Ray sitting back here in the backyard. And I don't know how we started. Nigga. You hear me talking about this nigga? Man, he started talking just like Jeff, man. I thought Jeff was in the living room, man. I thought Jeff was in the living room. Jeff, he sounded just like you, dog. He was like, hey, first of all.
And then Jeff gonna tell me, no, you can't do me.
I knew it was him. I knew it was him. I knew it was him trying to do it.
Oh man, that was hilarious, man. That was hilarious, bro. Hey man, who called you fun size, bro? That was Sharika. Last memories called you fun size. She called you fun size. It's in the comments, bro. I just see Shawar. Get your wife.
Heart of Lions. Get your people, man.
Hey
She
man,
say he fun size.
I'm outside, man. My bad, man.
Like y'all not the biggest people in the world neither. So
Hey, shit, hey.
Tell them it's a benefit to being this size. Everybody want to play with the fun size.
Yeah, that fun size.
What's the benefit? What's the benefit if you can fit in everybody's pocket?
Oh, shit.
I pay a lot less to get in.
He just be riding around in people's pockets, hanging out, talking about like this, sitting on the edge of the pocket like this.
They pull him out the glove box. He ride in the glove box. That's how he get around.
Hey man, hey, as long as I'm in the building,
save on gas.
Cool.
Save on gas.
I'm cool with it.
Man, that's why he boss talks on the roof, baby. He boss talks on the roof, baby.
What's the only way? Topic? Y'all
the only way he can get some height on.
Only way I can be tall, huh?
Hey, Jeff. So the topic tonight, we gonna cut out the tomfoolery. The topic tonight is what's important to you in a cigar week. And you've done Dallas Cigar Week, so I'd like to hear kind of what would you say is the most important or the key element for a consumer going to a cigar week?
Enjoy the cigars and the drinks. Enjoy it. I mean, because my cigars are, if cigars are important to you in what you do in your everyday life, it's not a dance, it's not a party, it's not it's about the cigars. And yeah, you're gonna enjoy yourself. So you enjoy yourself. What's important is that the people enjoy themselves and have nice cigars and learn something. Learn something. The biggest thing is creating unity. That's the biggest thing in the cigar community that should be important at a cigar week. Create unity.
So what do you as a person that's thrown a cigar week before or thrown several, and you do all kinds of events, but what as a person that throws that, what do you create, or what type of event would you have to foster that type of experience?
What we do is we do a big party over the weekend. The last event that we do is everybody coming together, whether they be dressed, whether they be, most of the time we want everybody to be dressed, but to bring everybody together in one big place. Because you got an event over here, you got an event over here, you got 2 or 3 events in one day. One day you got another 2 or 3 events, and then you have one big event that night that brings everybody together, and we enjoy each other, talk about what we learned, talk about what we seen, talk about what cigar lounges we hang out at, what we like the best or the most at this cigar lounge or that cigar lounge, you know, and share what you've learned or what you've seen. And that's the biggest thing to cigar week.
Can anybody hear
So
me?
Who's standing in
yeah,
front of fan now?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we can hear
So I
you
want
Okay, I
down
can't
there.
hear y'all.
I want to put another question out there, particularly to Jeff and Shawan, because both of you guys are here in the DFW, and you both have experience putting on cigar weeks, right?
Right.
And so earlier in the show, Smoking Rings, he said something that you guys know I'll be all over. He said about how difficult the Dallas market is to have something like that. Why do you guys and Jeff, you can go first. Why do you guys feel that it's so difficult to pull off a great event that unifies here in Dallas?
Lack of unity. That's
Yeah,
lack
barely.
of
It
unity.
sounds like you standing in front of a tunnel.
Everybody want to be the damn king. Everybody want to be the guy. Then you get people that have assignments that don't put they that don't do what they supposed to do. You got you got clicks. You got you got too much stuff going on. People that don't like people or other people, you know, and it they don't understand it's about the cigar. It ain't about who you like or who you dislike.
I
Okay.
want to touch on that too, because what I saw with it was um, we don't know how to agree, or we don't know how to disagree and still move forward with the goal. So a lot of that is we're lacking conflict resolution.
Right. Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
Yeah.
we're
Okay.
not we're
Yeah,
not
yeah.
always gonna get along. We're not always gonna like what everybody has to say. And Jeff, you're right. It's not always gonna be you're not gonna be the guy. You're not gonna be that dude.
Right.
Like you gotta accept your role in the team and move forward.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
That's a good answer.
hey, we can hey, let's hear what you gotta say. We may not like what you have to say, and as a group, we don't agree with what you have to say, but we still all gonna move together as one.
Yeah.
So I think what we're lacking is when outsiders see us, they should see us unified.
Yep.
Inside, they should. Yeah, we may disagree, but shoot, on the outside, we step as one.
I
And
Right.
so
agree. Shawan,
that's what I'm
what's
seeing
your
that
thoughts?
we need to have.
I
What's
mean,
your thoughts, Shawan?
it still goes back to, Chevalier, when we had our conversation um over a year ago, last October. And,
Hmm.
you know, I think it's not necessarily trying to, rephrase of what Jeff and also Kingpin has said is just,
Yeah. Yeah.
bro, we have to come together, unfortunately. And it's been so defragmented for so long, and people are in their own silos for so long. When it has to come together, they say, well, let me just put an eye on it, or let me send my homeboy going, and he'll tell me how it is. um but it has to begin somewhere. It has to start somewhere, to start, changing the narrative of the Dallas community. And, what we tried to do this past weekend was try to do that. Like, this, bro, let's just have this event. Let's do these different things. Let's see if we can get the Dallas community to come out. And yes, we had a lot of people that came from outside of Dallas to support,
Yes.
and, from all over. And, I know Jeff experienced the same thing with Dallas Cigar Week in October.
Yeah.
People coming from all over,
Yeah.
supporting more than what we have. You know what I mean? But again, we have to continue to try to do it. Try to do it. Try to educate. Try to fellowship. Try to, you know, change the narrative of our culture, right? And
Right.
if you don't do it, if nobody does it, it's nothing. It's nothing going to change. So
Yeah.
that's what we really try to put forth. I know, we had some. We had events at cigar lounges. Our black-owned cigar lounges here in the Dallas area, of course. But really, I mean, it's just more than that, right? It's more than
Right.
that. So again, we just wanted to start it, and not necessarily saying that nothing's been done before, but that was the thing. Like, hey, let's just start. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Let's make sure we give back to our community, under our black-owned lounges, of course, and then try to bring these people together. Try to bring them together.
You know,
And
I like that.
from my perspective, I mean, I hope we've done so. But it's not over. It just because we had 1 week, it's not over. It still happened Monday. We still have to keep working, keep grinding,
yeah.
and that's what
Right.
as long as we don't fall back and say, all right, well, we see y'all next year. No, no, we're gonna keep doing it in December, keep doing it at the beginning of the year, throughout the year, to continue to keep this thing going and changing the narrative of our culture in Dallas.
You
Right.
know,
So
let
go
me.
ahead, Jeff.
I wanna tell about this weekend. This past weekend was very enlightening. And I'm gonna tell you why. People that don't know you, when they don't know you, and they come up with a reason to not like. So there was a person that came to my lounge, you know, and lately he and I have been, we've been communicating a little bit more. But I always, and I never asked the guy, why do we have an issue? You know, and the one time I did ask him, he had no answer. Why do we have an issue? But he was here this weekend and he came and hung out with us and he found out something about me that he didn't know, and it made him like me more. You know, and that thing, if you don't know somebody, you can't like somebody you don't know. I
Right.
tell you, how do you not like sushi and you never had sushi before? You know,
I agree with that. I,
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
yeah. So you can't hang out with a person and don't like you say, man, I ain't going over there fucking with Jeff, man. Jeff this, Jeff that, Jeff that, and you don't even know me. So when
Yeah.
he came over here and hung out with me, come to find out, I went to high school with his cousin and his brother, and he found out I was from Florida and he from Florida, and he was like, Jeff, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
And now we cool. I'm like, you know, and I told him, I said, you didn't even know that, did you? He was like, no, I didn't.
That's
But
interesting, man. That's interesting. That's an
You know what
interesting
else is
sentiment.
interesting?
Very.
You know what else is real interesting?
Everybody, and welcome to Conversations with Chevalier. Look, I've been away for a while, but I'm back now. You wait. Well, hey, I drink or two together, man. So I see how you do it. And we do that on Conversations with Chevalier. I get it though, because you're a mom and a husband and all of the things that my father would, he would also barbecue.
So I worked with him. I was his teacher.
I know in the lounge you always group and you all over the place. What's your favorite music?
And it was like, well, this is looking different. This is looking personal.
We're playing. I feel like, nah, for real. What about to tell you was going home? Again, this has been Conversations with Chevalier. Thank you guys for joining us.
That make me look like I know what the fuck I'm doing
But you don't.
Every now and then. Hey,
every now and then.
and to your question there, the biggest thing is that I think the key piece is that it's across the board. It's not just in Dallas, because I would tell you that I think Minnesota is the worst place in the world to try to do anything because everybody wants to be king of the hill. I mean, I don't care what is it, a food event, cigar event, a drinking event, just hanging out event. If it ain't mine and I'm not the top dog, don't nobody want to be a part of it. And then when they are the top or they are putting it on, you should be rolling out the red carpet for them, and you should want to hold on to their pocket and walk around with them. And I think it's just a cultural thing that we have to begin to respect one another and just give each other their lane and just participate and be one. So
I
I
agree with
definitely don't
that.
think it's it's not just a Dallas thing. I think it's just a cultural thing all the way around that we have to, as a people, as a culture, just do better to support one another because there's more
I
than
agree
enough
with
out here
that.
for everybody.
I agree.
I got. I wanna jump over to Mac though because we talk about culture, community, but when you were in Canada, Mac is in Canada, of course, in Western Canada, and when you hear these things, Mac, what are your thoughts, man, on this deal? What are your thoughts, bro?
Well, I guess you're going to get egos and attitudes no matter where you go and what group you're in. But to me, with all the negative press and the government oppression on tobacco and everything else, I mean, even the social media platforms won't allow us to monetize. Um, we got to come together as a community. And if you're going into an event where you know very few people, or maybe you know the organizers, you got to go in with a neutral attitude. I mean, I always take life with people as when they come through the door, they've got a clean slate. It's up to them whether they leave with one or not.
I like that.
I like that. I like
I
that.
like that. I wanted that word for a reason, man, because I think when we talk about these topics and we talk about Dallas specifically, because most of us that are on here are from Dallas, I think we have to always be cognizant of what type of image we promote outside of Dallas. I heard, I think was it you, Jeff? Somebody said that, we have to deal with our shit, behind closed doors and put on a unified front, as we promote ourselves, man, as we promote, the community here.
Midget Mac said that.
Was that Midget Mac?
Yeah.
But I think that makes a lot of sense. One of the things that I really like, and I'm gonna jump over to James. James, you seem to be the guy that everybody keyed in on. Like even today in my inbox, could you send me those pictures of James that you took? And you took of me and James. I had like 10 people today. Like I got the pictures of me and you.
Everybody knows James.
Everybody know
Everybody
Bruno
knows
Lyons. Everything that he walked into,
No,
people was
they
like
know
walking up
Bruno.
to
They
him.
don't know James. I say
James.
James, and they look at me like, huh?
Yeah, Bruno. Oh,
Yeah,
Exactly.
oh.
oh, that guy. So what's your thoughts, man? Like even you coming to Dallas. I mean, when we talked about it on the lounge, I'm proud to say that I'm the reason you bought your damn VIP ticket. You hear that, Shawar?
Nah, I
So
think I had something to do with that.
you didn't do nothing but process the transaction, Pimp. Look, they didn't know nothing about Dallas Smoke
Hey,
Fest before we
what
started
shirt
talking
he
about it
got?
on the
What shirt
lounge.
he got on? What shirt he got on right now?
I know he got his Heart of a
What
Lion
shirt he
shirt
got
on.
on right now?
Before you sent it, he already had his VIP
Hey,
ticket. I'm just
listen.
saying.
All I'm gonna say is James Bruno Lyons is a national treasure. Protect him at all costs.
Yeah, yeah.
That part.
Yeah.
That part. He was like a
Appreciate that.
kingpin at every event, man. He came and
Bruh,
sat out at our table, and people was walking by there. Chicks. Well, no, I ain't gonna say that, but you know what I mean. You know,
People was walking by, and I'm like, how you do? Get out my way. Is that Bruno Lyons?
is that Bruno Lyons? I was like, I'm Chevalier. This is my
No,
city.
okay, that's about you. That's Bruno Lyons. Get out the way.
One chick told me, "We love you, Chevalier, but the only thing that's really making you cool right now is that Bruno Lyons is sitting at the table across from you, drinking an old
Yeah.
fashioned with you." I was like, "Well, yeah." So, what's your thoughts, man? Like on your experience here in Dallas this week, James?
Oh, I loved it. I kind of wanted to jump. I was going to try to jump in here anyway. Go back to what Mr. World Class said. Sorry
Go
I didn't get
ahead.
to meet you down there, Jeff.
Yeah, that's all right, brother. That's all right. We'll get it.
Yeah, that's right. But
Well, he down
like
there playing
you had that someone you
the
didn't know
background.
what the rift was between you until you got to sit down and realize there really wasn't nothing.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like when I got there, and I've experienced this plenty of times in my life, but when I got down there and started meeting people at the first event, actually at the hotel first, and then later at the first event, I had plenty of people looking at me like, who is this guy? What is this guy? What's he doing here? And we could probably all figure out by looking at me why.
I haven't figured it out yet. Fill me in, because
It has to be
you
the
got a
beard.
bald
It has
head
to
and
be
a
the
beard
beard.
like everybody else on here, so I don't know what that might be.
So, but I felt like I was getting some looks and just whatever. But I will say, but that by just being myself throughout the week, showing up, doing everything, by the end of the week, some of those looks that I had earlier in the week, by the end of them, I'm being called brother, and it's just to me it was just great. It's like you got to meet everyone, you got to interact, get to know each other, and to me that was just amazing.
And,
Yeah,
and,
that's good.
and
Did that answer the
man,
question, or did I go off too far?
No, that
yeah,
did. No, that
now,
did answer the question, bro.
but I
That
don't.
did answer the question.
Yeah, I don't understand why you were good getting the looks. Because I mean, what do people think when they go to a cigar fest or a cigar week? You know that it's only for black people.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah,
what the hell, you know, I don't black. It ain't black people just started smoking cigars. You know,
yeah,
I mean the population of the black community in the cigar world has gotten bigger over the last 5 years. I mean,
Post COVID. Post COVID.
COVID, yeah, yeah. So I mean, I don't understand why you get the looks. You came to smoke cigars like everybody else.
Right.
exactly,
Yeah.
Right.
exactly.
So
Right.
what the hell are you looking at? Why are you looking at me for? I'm smoking a cigar. I'm at your event. Greet, greet yourself. Say hi. How you ask me my name, and get going about your business.
Yeah,
But I just think it's just so ignorant that people feel like when they throw an event, they're only looking. You can't throw a cigar event anywhere in the world and not just expect all white people or all black people to come.
correct. And I'm not saying anything bad. And like I said, I've experienced it before in other non-cigar related interactions in the past. But it's just who I am, and I show up where I show up, and I'll win you over.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, nigga, where you come from? Oh,
Yeah,
excuse
I
me.
wanna touch base on that too.
You got
I
your
do
step
I
stool?
do I do want to see us be more welcoming. Like we talked about this like a few shows back about having a welcoming culture, and we're not asking them to be a part of it, but it's more about like, hey, come join us, come sit with us, type of feel. Um, we go and spend money in their lounges, just like some of them come spend money in our lounges or whatever, and not having that kind of feel of like, hey, how come like the industrials and all that aren't invited, aren't included. uh it gives us yeah, both. Let me get that. It gives like, okay, this is only a black thing, and it's like, no, we're brothers of the leaf, sisters of the leaf. It's about this.
Yeah,
So
I will say I never felt once unwanted or uninvited. Like it
Yeah,
was just
I
a
know you
couple
didn't.
looks. Like,
yeah.
hold on,
So,
who's this
but
guy
what
here?
we're saying is
But
making sure that we have that open culture, that open,
It's not a
like,
culture.
if you're on the outside, you can see it, right? You can see like, hey, you can come over this way. Now, if you don't want to join this way, that's on you.
yeah,
What's
Right.
going on, everybody?
Yeah.
What's up, Mimi?
I
What
What's
up,
going
really
on,
Mimi?
just
Mimi?
jumped on because this topic, I was literally just having this conversation with somebody and I posted it in the chat because, but I think we need to be careful of saying culture and community because unfortunately what it is that when we're talking about culture in this situation right now, it's 90%, it's 100% black. That's what we're talking about. But the culture is not just us, it's everybody. So
It,
it's more community at this point if we're gonna really do it like this. But I agree, it needs to be more inclusive to everybody.
Right.
Like people should not feel uncomfortable going somewhere because there's a majority of one person there. And that's the unfortunate thing is that that's what it is.
Right.
You know, one of the things that I've been seeing a lot of is cigar lounges shouldn't be a club, and this. Okay, so then why are you promoting it to be one?
Right.
Because you're allowing it to do that. So, but we're talking about this, but we're also allowing this to happen. So instead of us being like, you know what, like let's do this, let's include this, let's include that, we'd rather just take the money and be like, say fuck it. But what are we promoting then? And
I
that's
agree
really
with
what I
you,
came on to
Mimi.
say because that's what it is.
I'm not saying
Unfortunately.
don't
I
get
agree
take
with
money
that.
though.
I agree with that. And I
Money.
think we touched on it in the educational deal. I asked the question about, cigar community versus culture and what it
yeah.
really meant. And
Yeah.
I think that a lot of people get it back, they get it, backwards, ass
Uh-huh.
backwards in a sense. They don't understand the differences. And I think in order to uh really move the right way through this whole thing, you got to understand the differences, and then you got to start doing things that are supportive of cultures.
You have to
You got to
reevaluate a
deal with
lot of things.
you got to deal with the individual cultures that make up the community as a whole. And I think
Exactly.
that's where the problem is. One of the things that was so that made me feel so good about Dallas Smoke Fest is just what I watched James experience. We were at the black party, and me, him, and Daniel from 505 were standing over in the corner, right? And some ladies walked by, and they stopped. I know all these ladies. They stopped and they went straight to James. And one of the ladies grabbed his hand and started kind of dancing with him. You remember that, James? I'm not gonna call her name out and say what she did, but she started dancing with him. And so what I caught with that, though, it wasn't the idea that she was dancing with him. It was the level of comfort and the
Right.
welcoming nature that
Right.
he experienced at an event where he was one of about four white people, maybe five, in that whole event that night. It was the idea that regardless of color, all of us had these in our hand, and
That's
it was
correct.
just all about having a great time. And it didn't matter if it was him, it
Absolutely.
didn't matter
But
if it
which,
was
but
me.
that's how it's supposed to be. And listen, James, I'm
Right.
so happy that you had a good time. It looked like every
Absolutely.
single picture that I saw, but also for those who don't know, like James has been so like involved and invested in every parts. Like
In
he is,
in
there's not a
every
time that he doesn't
yes.
post something about like he fucking smokes Black Star Line a lot. Posts that tags us, all the things. He's a
What?
very intricate
Look at
part
what he's
of the
smoking right now, or
I'm
was.
but
still
he's a very big part of the community. He puts himself on he pushes the envelope and comes on these things and has conversations with people, and that's what the difference is. We have to
Right.
also make it more welcoming for other people to be like, hey, this all right, this is okay.
Yeah, I
But
agree with you.
also we have to include what everyone else likes. Like not everybody wants to go to a party. Some
Right.
people just
Yeah.
want to sit there and have a conversation without loud music blaring in their ear, and I don't want to have to yell at
Exactly.
somebody.
Yep.
Or
I
Yep.
think Jeff
sometimes
touched on it a
people
great
want to
deal.
be
Is that a lot of times we get to a point, like I said, the black community really just gotten into cigars in the past 5 or 6 years, and we feel like we've arrived. So therefore, you need to come to my level. And what are you doing here? And like we've done something great, and that's just the mentality of this. I've arrived, and then those people who are putting it on, they're so entrapped with the money that they put on a half tank show or an event and think that
Well, it's
if,
it's catered
they're
to
the best you're
one
ever done
group
it
of
to.
people. It's catered to
Right.
It's,
one group of people. It's not just
right.
it's not
Right.
instead of
catered to
opening it up,
Right.
everybody.
and being inviting, like everyone is saying, being inviting to everyone, because at the end of the day, we're all the same.
100%. We're all coming together we're all smoking money. We're all
So
smoking
Man,
so
money.
so hold on a second, guys. So hold on a second. I want to go back to something because you all are saying something, and I want to ask a question. So we talk about this, right? We all clearly have an understanding of what things should be. Once again, I go back and I put the question to the panel:
what is Jeff doing?
how do we achieve it? What are
By
the
doing it.
concrete things? No. What are the concrete things that, like, we can say doing it, but there's got
What
to
is
be some
Jeff doing?
concrete
What the
actions
fuck are you
taken.
laughing at?
Damn the concrete action. What is Jeff doing?
I'm
His screen
closing.
keep
Closing.
changing.
I'm
He
closing my
keep
mouth.
moving backgrounds.
Stop hating, though.
Now you're floating head. I'm like, what is he doing?
I
Closing
thought
my
that was
mouth.
Jesus in the background behind him. It's a lion. I didn't know what that was, man. His face was in the middle. I was like, is he trying to be Jesus or what? All I
He
could
just
see was the mane around
he
his
needed
head.
that hairline is what he needed. He needed that hairline of the lion. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
Jeff got a
Oh
head.
Lord.
Jeff got
Oh
a
Lord.
head full of hair.
No,
Jeff
Oh,
got a
I'm
head
just saying
full of
that's what he
hair.
looked like.
oh, you trying to be?
Yeah.
You trying to?
No, I'm not.
Jeff,
I'm just giving
Uh,
you shit, Jeff.
Hey,
The
that's a
concrete
shot.
piece, I
That's
think
a shot at
Chevalier.
the Rays and the Chevaliers and the Jameses on the show.
man, you shut your short ass up.
Hey man, my hairline ain't
Hey.
short.
There
My
will
hairline
be
ain't
no
short
hate on
though.
the short people. All right, you gotta relax.
I got.
Look,
That
y'all
part.
Oompa Loompas can band together all y'all want. All we gotta
Hey,
do is step over y'all.
hey,
Listen,
hey.
We're
you
gonna tie
jolly
you down
black
like
giant, you gotta
Gulliver's
relax.
travels.
We
What'd you say,
represent
Ray? Them Oompa
the
Loompas can get
lollipop
together at
skills,
kneecap
the
level all they
lollipop
want.
skills, the
Listen.
lollipop
Look,
Okay,
skills.
man.
just because we aren't
Hey,
jolly black giants, you gotta relax.
We don't
hey.
see y'all down there.
Goliath lost to David,
Hey,
man.
you know what? I know you
Goliath
see
lost
me
to
down
David.
there.
That's
All
fine.
right.
Goliath took
David
the
was
dub.
6'4" though.
Goliath
No, he
took the
wasn't.
dub.
Shut up.
Concrete initiatives, man. Concrete
it's
initiatives to
it's
make it
the
happen.
it's
Give me
the
some
Okay,
standard.
concrete
so
things.
The
I
standard.
think
It's
a
the
good thing
standard.
to do would be after cigar week, what you liked and what you didn't like, and what people can do, what you could do better next time. Like give some feedback. Like I would
Constructive.
love to see this happen. I would love to see this happen.
Yeah,
But
get it.
the organizers have to be willing to accept it
Okay,
Yeah.
well, guess
to
what?
make those things
If
happen.
they don't accept it, then don't go.
Right, and that's what I was going to say is that the concrete initiative that has to happen is you have to set a standard, hold to that standard, and don't get
That part.
distracted by the money because you
Exactly.
start thinking about
Exactly.
what you've invested, what you might lose, not looking at the fact that if you hold to your standard, you're going to make more in the long run. You got to look at the long game and not the short game,
100%.
and that's what a lot of people
Don't want to
fall
do.
into.
Yep.
Right, don't want to do a fall into. So it's setting a standard and holding to that standard
That
of
part.
what it was that your customers or your base has told you that they would like to see.
So, Shawan, what's your thoughts? Because you just put on Dallas Smoke Fest. You just put on Dallas Smoke Fest. You're a board member. So, as you
Right.
hear this, what's your thoughts?
I First off, I want to say I think as a board member, we're going in the right direction. Um, some people may have seen me this weekend and thought that hey, he's a cigar brand owner and all that good stuff, and I just want to meet people. But but I'm also on the technical side of sending out communication. So
Yeah.
when you guys say about hey, get some emails out there, get some correspondence from not only the VIPs but the sponsors, the vendors,
Yeah.
and also this the overall consumer. I'm glad to hear that because I'm responsible for that, and I'm already getting all the information I need to send these surveys out. And I'm like, man, that was the first thing we thought about Sunday evening. Like, hey, we got to get this information out. So I'm glad to hear that part. Like, look, I'm going in the right direction as far as my thought process, as far as our thought process, and to getting this feedback. Because again, yes, we understand that one of our events was, well, three of our events were stacked on top of each other. That was one of the worst things that, maybe one of the worst
But this was
experiences
your
we
first
had.
time doing it though,
It's the
right?
first,
This was
yeah,
the
it's the
first,
first
yeah.
time.
So yeah,
But
like there's gonna be trial and error
right,
Exactly.
for
right,
sure.
and
Mhm.
yeah, we
Right.
definitely not doing that next year. So, but we would love to hear that
I, I
from
mean,
the consumer, right? And but again, just to go back to say, hey, look, I'm glad we're thinking about it. We're already trying to correct it for 25, but man, I'm just in awe, just in general. Just to say, hey, look, we completed an event. Could it be, could have been massive, could have been, top tier, could have been compared to the likes of someone that's been doing it for 5 to 7 years. Maybe so. But I want to hear that from the consumer. I want to hear that from vendors. I want to hear the sponsors' feedback. I want to hear all that. And then we take that back to the team and say, hey, what can we correct for 25?
yeah,
Well,
So,
I'm gonna give you this, Shawan. I'm gonna give you this before we go to ashes and glasses. For me, as an ambassador, we had a couple hiccups in some things that we were trying to do, right?
yes, sir.
But the one thing that the couple things that I came away with for a inaugural event, you guys you guys did a lot of critical thinking as it related to who your ambassadors were, how you went about choosing them, right? Every board member had two ambassadors. I think that was very smart. And
Yeah,
you
I agree
guys
with
picked
that.
people that you knew that could deliver for what you needed them to do. The
Yes, sir.
next thing, you guys focused on the experience for the people by utilizing your ambassadors to help create a positive experience at the different events.
Yep.
And lastly, man, I think that you guys, man, and I recognize that there were some hiccups and why those events ended up stacked. Let's just talk about it. Um, not Stone Trail, but what did the new name for it before he went out of business? What was it?
Vanettis.
Vanetti's. Vanetti's got bought out. The property got bought out after everybody contracted. A large developer came in and bought the whole fucking strip center. And so they had to close, which left you guys scrambling
Yeah.
less than 6 weeks before, Dallas Smoke Fest was starting.
Right.
So I felt like in this case, you guys delivered on the first two things that I mentioned, and then you guys pulled it together at the last minute. Um, the only thing I would have liked to have seen was a little bit better communication for the vendors, and but that was really about it. And when we really go back and we look at the whole thing, as an ambassador, I had some complaints. People came to me with some things, but those are the kind of complaints you're gonna get whether this your first time or your 10th. So
Right.
at the end of the day, man, you guys did a masterful job, and I appreciate being a part of it. I was really happy to see the way you guys brought the lounges together and the lounge community together, and I only see it getting better next year. I hope you stick with it, and just take some time and remember that no matter what all the bullshit is behind the scenes, it's about the experience for the people that love this that come to
Yes,
our
sir.
city.
Yes,
That's
sir.
that's what it's all about. Let's go to ashes and glasses.
Damn, you long winded.
Roll the tape, Nick.
I'm gonna
I
tell
mean,
you what. Next time you do that, I'm gonna just start running the tape on you while you in the middle of talking.
you do that anyway.
Yeah, I'm doing that from now on. I'm doing that from now on. I'm
You
gonna
do
just
that anyway.
I'm gonna just run the
I
tape
be
on you.
ready
Let you
for
keep
it. I
talking
be
when it's
ready
time to
for it.
go. When it's time to go. This is ashes and glasses. This is the way that we like to end the show. Put your toast in the comments. The toast don't have to be serious. The toast can be whatever you want the toast to be. Everybody on screen has to have a toast. Lauren, don't turn off your camera. So
Don't turn it off, Lauren.
we gon' we gonna start with we're gonna go from shortest to tallest.
I'm
Oh
gonna
What
give
do
damn.
you
us some
think
music
first?
too.
Oh damn.
Shawan.
Shorty. 5'10", 5'10" on here, man.
Don't lie like that. Stop it.
Five. Hey, it's on my license.
So I'm gonna tell you what we gonna go. Oh, so you lying on the license?
He
Uh,
lied on his license. That's all that
come on,
is.
Bryson. Come on, Bryson.
Ray, I'm
You
gonna put some music
look,
behind it, bro. Come on.
you literally just won. So come on.
All right. Hey, shout out to friends that we met over the internet that became brothers that we know in person, sisters that we know in person. Shout out to Dallas Smoke Fest for doing an amazing job and rolling with the punches and getting some things going for the city. And shout out to my 100th episode celebration. Y'all check out Boss Talks on the Rooftop. We got a lot of new things coming. So, toast. Cheers.
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 Next shortest, Shawan.
Damn, I'm a damn. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it simple, man. And the thing about it is the culture, community. However you want to start your sentence out with it. I'm glad that we can still come together and still have conversations and still work to the greater good, which is this. We all smoke this, right? And when I got to meet my brother in person, man, he's on this live with us tonight. The national treasure, Bruno Lyons, came to Dallas just to do this, just to smoke this. So thank you. And that's my toast. Ashes and glasses.
Cheers.
Asses and
I
glasses.
mean, I guess it was a toast. Cheers.
Whatever.
So the next shortest. Hey, Grady, you got your high chair while you driving?
Look, I got my phone books. The high chair got was being used by my grandson, so I got the
All right.
phone books in the car with me.
So come on, you the next shortest. Come on with your toast.
The only reason
The
he got
toast.
it is because you
Listen,
finally got out of it.
right? That he's took it. Listen, I want look. Just no big toast, big ups to everybody on here who is doing their thing to set a standard to try to bring this culture together in a way that is being done right, and everybody can be appreciative of it and inclusive. So big ups to everybody on the screen.
There we go. James Bruno Lyons, the man himself.
I'm taller than you.
You ain't taller than me. You taller than Grady.
You taller, but everybody's taller than Grady, even Lauren.
Not Bryson. Come on, Bruce
Not
James.
Bryson though. Not Bryson.
Hey Bryce, we can hang out, man. They just hating on us. Don't worry about it.
Y'all
He'll be
can
looking.
hang.
He'll be looking up
Y'all
at you,
can,
Grady. You need
y'all,
somebody to look up at you.
y'all literally hang on the corner.
Grady looks up to his grandson. He's only 4. But keep going. I digress. Let's go.
All right. Like Chevalier said earlier, to Instagram, social media becoming reality, meeting so many amazing people this past week. To everyone on here, everyone that's ever supported me, I never would believe it is what it is. A special shout out to Shawan and Sharika for taking care of me. Every time I looked around, one of them was right there. Are you okay? You doing good? And I appreciate that so much. And Ray and Chevalier, thank you for Sunday afternoon. That was amazing time. So just to everyone, thank you so much.
Cheers.
Cheers, bro.
Yeah.
Lauren, you up?
You said we giving toast?
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord.
You ain't new to this. You true to this. Come on.
Come on, Lauren.
To 2025.
No.
Cheers.
Hey, come on with it.
Cheers.
Cheers. Shit.
All right. So that.
Sorry, did you say me?
Well, before we get to you, because we're gonna we're gonna get this one out the comments from Oshi Roll to growing the community in a thoughtful way. Cheers.
Cheers.
What the heck is that?
Oh, sorry. Also to Bryson and my new favorite lighter.
Hey, cheers to that, because we all got one and we
That's right. I'm loving it.
Ain't no
I
we
didn't
all.
get
I don't.
one,
I don't have one.
Ray,
but
I
it's
should
all
have gave
right.
you mine. I could have got another one. They dope.
So anyway, we got one in the comments.
Ray,
The
I got you, bro.
Beatitude says a toast to being single, drinking doubles, and seeing triple. Well, I can
Oh
toast to them
shit.
second two, but I can't toast to the first part. But
I
cheers.
I
can't either.
toast to all of that. Yeah.
I got
Toast.
them all.
Take me off.
All right, Matt.
Okay.
Gosh.
So here's to the mimes who kidnapped me last weekend, and thank you for all the unspeakable things they did to me.
What?
No questions asked.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right.
James said when they took him back home, he was tired and sticky.
Okay. You know what? You know
Box,
what?
box, please. Box, please.
I
I
can't
had to
get.
go
I
there. I
can't
had to
get
go
to it.
there.
I can't get to it fast
This
enough.
is our little boundary box.
I don't have boundaries. Let's
I
go.
was going to say he was tiptoeing down the
Rika
boundary
say.
line.
Rika say, put them pinkies up. Y'all ain't put
I
them
think
pinkies.
it's me then, huh? Is it my turn?
No. We got one more in the comments. We got another one in the comments.
We got to go from oldest to youngest. So, Chevalier.
You trying to shoot a slug, but it ain't gonna work. From
I'm
time to
shooting.
time
Wow.
in life. Here's to the cigar community where passion and inclusivity ignite us all. I may not smoke, but I proudly support. Cheers.
Yeah,
Cheers.
I ain't got no more drink.
That sounds like Chat GPT right there.
Mm.
Dang.
Damn, it's
That's
like,
brutal.
I'm just
Hey,
messing with you guys. I love you, bro.
yeah.
We got another one. Cheers to this entertaining, healthy conversation amongst men. It's a
Be the
woman
Vision
on here
it's
limo.
too.
a woman over
Going
there.
on
Yeah,
there.
it's women
Woman
on here
on here
too.
too.
Going on
Hey,
there.
Be the Vision limo. You need
You
to
gotta
join us next week.
be the vision limo. You gotta edit that and put to amongst men and women. Is
Yeah.
Lauren
She
on here?
need
Mimi was on here.
Yep, she needs to join us next week, man. She's got some unique thoughts about things. She needs to join us.
We
The
got
invite is there.
we got one from Loud Ass Pies.
Uh-oh.
The aged and or what?
God.
Oh,
Um,
that's not a toast. Don't worry about that.
That's not a toast. He's commenting on the glass, the aging ore glass.
That's to me. That's to me. I toast to
Yeah,
it.
that's
I
what it
toast
is.
to
Toast to it. I got it. I caught it. Yeah.
it.
Don't nobody care. Don't nobody care.
yeah.
So you
Hey, don't
drink
hate,
to it.
man. Don't hate, man.
On Charlotte Cigar Week, a toast with champagne to our real friends and real pain to our sham friends.
Hey, cheers. Cheers.
Okay.
That's Damon. That's Damon.
That's Damon right there. Come on, you where your toast at?
Toast to all of y'all. I love y'all. Toast to Dallas Cigar Week. That's all I got.
What?
Yeah, Black Jesus, it's your turn.
It's the sun coming up right now. That's all Chevalier had to say.
That's what I'm saying. Something ain't
Was
right.
that Grady? Was that did I hear Grady talking?
Yeah, you gotta
Oh,
look down
okay,
around
Grady.
your
Oh
kneecap.
no, I digress. Y'all want me to add a little more?
No,
Here's the
no.
Grady sisters and mom.
Ooh, there's another boundary.
That's not a boundary. That is not a boundary. Here's the Grady, his sisters and his mom. Amazing family. We love you.
My toast goes to the little people that help us stand tall in life.
Oh my God.
Without the
Oh
little
my God.
people,
I can't even drink right now.
without the little people, us all to the
Did
people
I
Listen,
whose hair
did I mention
fall
those
behind
mimes were midgets?
They were all
And
little people.
it's the
Speaking of
The
small
Oompa
little
things in
people
Loompas,
life that
left me
make it count.
sticky.
I want to say thank you to the Oompa Loompas for making the chocolate.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Ray, that's a good one.
There's something wrong with
And
you.
also,
There's something wrong
and
with you.
also, one more thing.
Why you got there just ready to go
Have,
and crazy?
Come
Ain't that
on.
cigar rock star's pants?
Uh-huh.
Yep. Yep.
Cigar Rockstar got that from Damon from Charlotte Cigar Week, man. Team Team Light Skin. Team Light Skin.
oh man. Hey, we appreciate each and every one of y'all for joining us today.
Yes,
Um,
indeed.
it was a great conversation. We do this every Wednesday. I don't know how many more we're gonna do until we take our break.
No,
But
we said
maybe
we were
maybe
gonna go to
one
right after Thanksgiving. Right after
right after
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, and then we're
We'll
gonna take
do
a break until the end of January or something like that. Um, you know, so yeah.
hey, also before we go, for those of y'all, we thank you for joining us. Hey, make sure you hit that drop down and follow and like everybody on there, man. And you guys go and share this, man. The way we grow is through you guys sharing it. So please help us out with that. We're gonna come back.